Hey guys. So we all have stuff that we want to work on, right? We have things that we want to achieve. Those goals. Let's talk about setting those strong goals. Goals are very important because they help us get to where we want. They motivate us to do what we need to do to get to where we want. So, what do we do to start creating goals? What do we do? Well, the first thing that you're going to do is decide what you want to do, whether it's for work, whether it's for school, whether it's for personal, whether it's for working on your emotions, anything. Decide of what you want to do or what you want to work towards. Because once you've made that decision, it's easy to go ahead and break it down from there. When we're sitting there thinking about what we want to work on, like I said in previous video, I now have a goal of opening my own private practice within the next 5 years. So what I've done is I've written that goal down. I went in, I set the goal, I've in my mind, I've got it set there. I know what I want. So now I'm going to write it down. The reason that I want to write it down is because, it's going to put me in more of a path to be able to break it down at some point and go from there to make this goal happen, to make that private practice happen. Um, Oftentimes you don't think of this, but it's kind of important that you tell somebody about that goal. Why would we want to tell somebody about our goal? They can help encourage and motivate you. Also, it helps you hold yourself responsible. If we tell somebody what we want, like I told William what I wanted, he's probably going to keep that little push there and it's probably going to motivate me because I don't want to fail him. I don't want to fail myself. So if I tell him, it kind of just encourages that continuation of the goal. So, what do you do from there? I talked about it just a minute ago. Let's break it down. Break down your goal. Break down about what you need to do. Think about the smaller goals that you're going to need to reach to get to that goal. Think about ways that you're going to, like stepping stones, breaking it down, put stepping stones in place to be able to hit that big goal. Okay. Having several smaller goals will also keep you motivated. Okay. It makes it a bit easier to hit some success along the way so that you're not ever just stressed out that you're never meeting your goal. Okay. So I want to own my own business, right? Great. Good thing. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down. So for me, it's going to be I'm going to get my licensure. Then it's going to be I'm going to reach out to the board and see what I need to do on their end to be able to, if there's anything I need to do there. I'm going to reach out to the state of Oklahoma to see if there's anything that I need to do there. I'm going to reach out to billing places to see what I need to do to be able to set that out. Like I'm going to have step breakdowns. And once I hit one of those smaller goals within the big goal, once I've accomplished it and can check it off my list, guess what? I can celebrate that little goal. I can have something that says, dang, I'm really working towards this goal. I'm getting steps done. Everything's falling into place. Um, and it's going to allow me to, just like I said, celebrate my small successes. You also need to plan your first step. Like I just kind of told you what I'm going to do for my first step, right? Reach the board. But that's not true. What my first step's going to be is getting my license. Once I've paid for my licensure, once I've got that part done, then I can start working on those next steps. I have to have a starting point. I have to have a beginning point to be able to start this actual main goal. I have to have a little step just in the right direction once I know what I want and some of the littler goals that are going to come in place with that. I'm just going to start planning my first step, right? And then once you plan the next step, then you're going to go to the next step. And then once you plan that step, you're just going to keep again working up your little small goals, your little breakdown goals in order to gain success at the end. Okay. And the next thing is working the actual goal. Keep going towards the goal. Okay. If you, again, have the accountability and you know exactly what you want because you've written it down, maybe you don't write things down anymore because, that's life, that we have a computer or a laptop, a tablet, anything, wherever you've written it in words, what you're wanting, you want to just making sure that you're continuing to keep that going, keep that momentum. Might there be times that one small goal might be easier to achieve than the next part of that goal? Definitely. But you know what? It's okay because you're still going to, at the end, achieve the goal. Um, it's kind of hard when we're doing something financially. Like, this is a big thing. Getting a private practice means that I have to get a building and I have to make sure my insurances are up and I have to make sure that, what the cost of the utilities and all the things that go with it are going to be. But as long as I keep working towards it, as long as I keep finding the ways, as long as I keep educating myself, I will get there and I will be so happy once I've hit that main goal. So, with that being said, I have a 5-year goal. Okay. When I get to that goal at the end, not only am I going to have these mini celebrations of what I've reached, I'm going to have a big celebration. Okay. I mean, I want everybody to come in and see it. I want everybody to be able to walk in and see the life of this little small building that's going to be my whole life. I want that inspiration and I want to be able to share it with others. So I'm going to celebrate that, right? I'm going to celebrate that overall goal. Okay. So that's the basics with setting goals. Again, that is going to be setting strong goals. That is going to be setting strong value to what you want. And I feel like if we all have something that we're working for, we always work harder to do that. Okay. I do want to say this. Goals can change. Goals should be reevaluated. What you want today might not be what you want next month, next year, or 10 years. What you want today may vary from what your defined goal may be tomorrow. You can't beat yourself up for that. That's not a failure. That's a constant reevaluation of what your wants or needs or goals are. And that is very healthy and very positive. And you should be very confident in whatever goals you set, because if you're continuing to set new goals or your goal changes, that means you're only investing yourself in that goal. Now, what happens is that we invest ourselves in sometimes too many goals. Like if you have 15 goals, that's great, but you can become overwhelmed with those goals and you can lose track of or lose sight of. Okay. So make sure that you're not making little goals considered strong goals, like big goals, that actually are part of another goal, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with that thought process. Also, with that being said, again, as I say many a times, allow yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because sometimes you might not hit every little part of that goal as you want. But don't give up. Forgive yourself and move on. Well, shoot, I wanted this done by this date and it didn't happen. You have options with that. You can either let yourself fall there and stop working towards that goal, or you can say, you know what? So I haven't got it by this date, but I haven't lost motivation. I still want the same thing. So I'm going to continue from here and go on. Because what happens is a lot of people can sulk in their failures because they call that a letdown. They get defeated. They get, oh, I didn't do it. I'm a horrible person. I'm this. I can't even reach my own goals. Guess what? You probably didn't reach your goal because you hadn't reevaluated or really looked at your goal. So don't beat yourself up. Just start from there and go again. Now, when you start over, if that's, say, I wanted this by October 1st of 2018, or wait, 2028. Sorry about that. Went backwards, but 2028, right? Well, what if something happens along the way? What if I don't know, find myself enjoying working at a company and don't want to leave? Can that goal change? Yes. Can that goal be modified? Yes. Can you change steps to your goal? Yes. You can make changes to the goal. The goal of this is saying that, hey, this is going to happen. What if you don't want to do that anymore? Say 4 years comes along, you've done all the little steps to get to the goal, but then you get to the 4 year mark and you're like, I am not going to do this. That's okay. That's okay. You can create new goals anytime. It's up to you. The important aspect of this is that we're setting goals. We're thinking about what we're wanting and we're making little steps to get to the goal. We have short term goals, we have long term goals, we have goals that might take 6 months. We have goals don't have a set defined timeline. I have a lot of times when I'm working with kids, they're like, so do I need to have this done by school? Maybe not. When do you want to have it done by? You know? Um, it's something that you have to realize the goal is strictly up to your wants, needs, desires, what you're wanting in life. That is what it is about. And what may be weight loss for one might be a bit owning a business for another, might be saving money for another, might be passing their classes. And it's okay. Goals are goals and they're going to be set in the same general aspect or concept. So, with that being said, if you've not been writing down your goals, if you've not been setting your goals, if you haven't thought about what you wanted, maybe it's time to do that, because once you have something in place and you're working towards it, you start feeling a sense of pride. You start feeling that sense of excitement. You start feeling very accomplished at times. And it's motivational to yourself to be able to reach those goals. Um, I know that we've had some issues about, like William would like to have a food truck at one point, and that's just not something you can just throw money at because they're expensive, right? We got to work towards that goal. Well, then things happen. Oh, well, then I had a stroke, and then this happened, and then this happened. Does that mean he doesn't have the same goal? No, he's just had to modify his goal. Okay. Personally, I know I've said it a million times. I want to lose weight, right? The problem with that is I've never sat down and really made a goal sheet for that. I've never typed it in my computer on my little spreadsheet what I wanted, my little goals to get there. I've never done that. I probably should. I probably should be done with this video in just a few, make myself a goal sheet if that's truly what I want, right? If that's what I want, I need to set that down and really focus on putting some energy to that. So maybe I can set some small goals and then maybe from there I can reach my ultimate goal, right? We don't think about how little things such as goals can push us to our ultimate highs, right? We don't think about how also not meeting goals can be the feeling of defeat, make you feel gross. But what we do know is that if we start today on and think about what we want, it gets us farther than what we were doing yesterday with nothing in mind. So put it into action. Create goals that are achievable. Don't make some fictitious goal. I want to own 20 camels is not going to happen. It's really not. That's kind of a cool goal. No, it's not going to happen. So just remember, when you're setting goals, make sure they're attainable. Don't set yourself up for failure because camels would not work okay out here. Yeah, we're not doing that. We can't do camels. Just kidding. Wanted to have some laugh here. But seriously, when you're making goals, make sure they're achievable. Make sure they're attainable. Make sure you've thought about it. Don't just make a goal because Diane said make a goal. Make it something you start doing from this point forward when there's things in life that you really want to accomplish so that you can have a roadmap and a successful path on how to get there. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. Again, just remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for future notifications. And you guys have a great evening. Bye.